Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Opening the Door and Experiential Meditation. Tonight, we're going to be generating peace for ourselves and for all beings. Good evening, Jennifer. How are you tonight? Good to see you. We're here, and yes, our cat is here too. She's floating around here somewhere. She's in one of her moods. So, before we before we get into this meditation tonight, actually, we're going to talk for a minute or two about an article I saw today. And, you know, if ever there's a need to... one of the things that happens to you when you begin waking up is, of course, you're paying a lot more attention to what's happening around you. And you learn over time to not allow yourself to get caught up in it, and to understand that whatever is happening indeed is perfect. Now, understanding that doesn't mean that it has to happen. It means that whatever does happen, that sea of consciousness lovingly, graciously turns into perfection. But we are always given the choice and the opportunity to pick an easier path, to choose to walk down the sun-filled grass and flower-fed meadow and interact with Mother Nature instead of battle against her and destroy her and try to win dominion over her. And this is the time, and we are in a time in the existence of humanity where our cycle is beginning to come to a close again. And one of two things are going to occur. We're either going to shoot ourselves ahead consciously, we're either going to awaken the entire species, and we are going to usher in a totally new era of true civilization, of a true human community. And that's totally possible, and it will come one day. But whether it comes this time around or not is what's really in question. And, you know, the article today was an article... Oh, hi, Cindy. No problem being late. I'm talking for a few minutes first, so not a big deal. Good to see you, too. And thank all of you and any of you who've taken time to share out the last video. You know, as I talked about then, and I'm speaking just briefly about now, the state of our world as far as our climate goes. There was just a new report released today, and what we have done is, through our human caused global warming impact, we have set up the major dominoes, the major systems in place to knock themselves over. And if any one of those systems goes, this is the reality of what they have said, okay? That the human population, due to the damage to the agricultural systems of this planet, are going to reduce us to somewhere around a couple hundred to 1.5 billion people. That's going to amount in massive deaths in the billions through disease, lack of food, the ensuing war that goes along with that, and struggle. And it is our job as awakened beings to not stand up against that, but stand for the other choice. Stand for the choice to raise our consciousness, to work together in harmony, to make our leaders aware, to make those around us aware of, and I know it is, you know, I look, Cindy, you're absolutely right. I look at the stats, and, you know, if there's not things being blown up in nonstop action and you know, sheer eye candy ridiculousness involved, even a lot of those who claim to be awake or raising their consciousness won't bother paying attention for more than a minute or two. And this is the state of being that we're in as a species. That's just where we've brought ourselves to. And this is that egoic sense of self, which the Industrial Revolution gave rise to a whole new type of egoic growth that hadn't been seen prior to that for a very, very long time, somewhere around the time of Atlantis. And we all know what happened back then. So, we do go through these cycles as a humanity, and we are always faced with choice. And, I guess if there's something that frustrates me still in this world is that humankind as a whole, based on that egoic pattern, tends to always take the big sledgehammer over the soft knock at the door. And this is one of the symptoms of the absolutely unconscious and sleeping populace. And Kelly and I were discussing it today, where, if you were to run into the average person on the street and just start a conversation with them about the state of the environment and the state of our false economy, this I don't know if you're aware of what's happening with Saudi Arabia and Canada right now, okay? But Saudi Arabia has jailed a couple of bloggers who are women's rights and human rights activists over there. And one of these bloggers has been previously lashed in public 50 times. And Canada has taken a public stance and said they should be released, and has called into question Saudi Arabia's human rights record. Now, in response to this, Saudi Arabia has pulled students out of universities here in Canada, has said that they have 30 days to leave, regardless of whether their studies are finished or not. They're pulling out investments out of Canada. They're pulling themselves out of funds and other sort of projects that they were involved in Canada. They've dumped the Canadian ambassador out of the country and have withdrawn their own ambassador. And they're doing everything they can to bring to pressure Canada with the money god, right? All the things that Canada is going to lose by breaking this relationship. And we are faced with these things every day, where a lot of those unconscious beings, a lot of those sleeping people would sell out their own mothers in exchange for favor of that money god. Right? The opportunity to get rich. And this is the state we find ourselves in, and we must always stand for the human rights and not care about the money. The money is not the important thing. When we look at what's going on around us in the world, and again, I let that egoic dog out of the cage a little bit on Sunday there. And there was another event that we'll talk about this Sunday that happened on Sunday as well, which went right along with that when we were in Vernon. And we have to take time to really return and focus ourselves and really come back to that place of peace and harmony. Because we're really right now, we're those little sputtering candles in the middle of this storm of unconsciousness, okay? And it's all we can do sometimes to keep ourselves alight. And that's where the meditative practices, that's where creating a place of harmony and stillness and tranquility for yourself, whether it's in your yard or a closet, some place where you can go that you just feel totally at peace with your being. And these things are very important in this day and time, because it is so simple and so easy to be subsumed by the overwhelming mass of negative energy and the mentality that is out there. And as things get worse, as the struggle grows, as the cost of food rises and gas rises, and as the environmental changes start coming faster and faster, and these things are being magnified. I mean, the fires in California are like none other in history. BC is facing the same sort of thing. I mean, we've been so fortunate up until now, but the last couple of days, you can't even see the mountains around us anymore. The smoke is so thick. It's just like a white haze everywhere. This is the new reality we're coming into. And we can find ourselves losing panic. or sorry, losing our mindset and becoming panicked, becoming fearful, becoming afraid. And as I always say to Kelly, we do need to, dig deeper on this, really look at ourselves and mind our own sense of where we are energetically. Because that is the place of power where you're coming from. And all the talk that we speak of that, perfect state of being, like a Christ or a Buddha or whatever, I caution Kelly all the time, you're not there yet, and accepting where you're at is part of it. You can be there in so much of a minute. Yeah, I did. Garhen, let the dog out. And, Kelly's asked me about this a lot of times because she says to me, well, how come you're so straight up about it? Like you don't pull any punches. You don't try to soften it in any way, which I interpret as I don't beat around the bush. But I understand what she's trying to say. Okay, there's many people out there who would speak to you as a spiritual teacher, and I do not believe myself to be in that role. That is not a role that I choose. That is a role that others see me as, should they choose. But the point is this. We're coming to crunch time as a species. I kid you not. And the gloves are coming off. I'm not interested in trying to sell you a slow, easy pathway. I'm interested in waking you up today. I'm interested in seeing your consciousness rise today and providing tools and illuminating some of the path so that you can find your way easier and quicker and start waking up other people around you, because that is the only thing that is going to save our collective heinies. It truly, truly is. And I am here for crunch time. I am here to pick up that whip that Christ picked up in the temple and flip the tables over. And we need to do that compassionately. And sometimes I don't always succeed in that, but that's really the trick. We need to always keep in mind that we need to start flipping those tables over with compassion, with love. And in the face of those who would bring fear and who would bring anger and all the negative things around us, we must do more than ever to embrace them with love, to stand for not what they do, to not fall into their modes of behavior and their modes of speaking and their modes of denigrating, but instead to instill the true values we know within our heart that represent the beings that we truly are. And we do all need that beacon. You're right, Cindy. We all need it. I need it. I mean, I can get lost sometimes. I really can, because as I said to Kelly, I have a finite amount of energy where I can resist that overwhelming influx of sleeping consciousness. And then I have to get out of it. I need my time to recharge. This evening's one of those times. We're going to talk more about this on Sunday. Rest assured, it's going to be a really good discussion. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of things on Sunday. And for this evening, we're going to concentrate on a really beautiful mantra. And it is a very simple mantra, and it literally can be referred to as calmness, as tranquility, a sense of peace. And of course, that mantra is Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So we're going to do a guided session tonight. I'm going to take us all on a path where we can let go and find peace with some of the things that are happening in our world today, and some of the things that we find are happening with ourselves. And really, You know, the tranquil core, like the eye of the hurricane, is really the spiritual beings that this planet needs right now, okay? And that is, you can be intensely active, intensely uh, productive, intensely destructive to the existing system, whirling out on the ends. But inside, within the core of your being, that candle is becoming more and more steady. That flame is going more and more firm, flickering less and less. In these times, in the storms that are coming for humanity, and again, this is not about creating fear, this is an observation of reality and a way forward. We need to be those beacons of light. We need to be those eyes in the storms. And we can all participate in this together. And enough beacons, the storm disappears. All by itself. So I'll ask you to take a deep, conscious breath. And relax. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself suspended by that golden thread rising up out of your crown chakra. This thread helps keep you comfortably upright. Pulses with divine energy. In your mind's eye, we again imagine that beautiful alpine meadow. We follow the well-worn path. Take in the magnificent vistas, snow-capped peaks, magnificent golden eagles riding on the currents. We come upon our sacred circle in that meadow of love and light. We take our seats on our well-worn cushions. And we focus ourselves for the short journey within. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I allow peace to fill my being. Beginning at my feet, like a bubbling, rising tide of golden liquid light. The peace of all creation begins to fill my being. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The peace of all creation fills my being with golden loving light. Om Shanti Om. All my troubles, all my worries, all my egoic concerns disappear as they are consumed in the light of that peaceful presence that I am. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Om. The peace of the divine saturates my being. No past, no future, just this eternal, tranquil moment of now. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Picture before yourself the mirror of life. In front of you, above you, to the left and to the right, this mirror stretches on to infinity. Your entire existence you have walked alongside this mirror, chosen your path alongside this mirror. Allow the mirror now to reveal to you all those situations, all those people who you do not feel completely at peace with. Make their reflection clear. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Look deeply into the hearts of those you find yourself not at peace with. See in them the same fears, the same guilt, the same worries, the same misunderstandings that we once had. Om Shanti Om. Allow your loving presence to envelope all of these beings, all of these situations, all of these rivalries, petty jealousies, family squabbles. Dissolve them in that divine light of love and peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Om. Allow the view through the mirror of life to expand. See the whole hemisphere where you reside. Allow yourself to step back until the entire globe of humanity fills your vision. Watch it. See how she spins peacefully through the cosmos. Allow the peaceful stillness to fill your being. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Om. Envision the earth, Gaia, our mother. Allow the multitudes of conscious beings on the planet to come into your view. Wrap each of them, the entire planet, in your warm, loving arms. Allow the peace of your being to spread like a tidal wave across the surface of the earth in all directions. See the earth enveloped in a pulsing, glowing, divine light. Healing the harm, healing the pain, and bringing peace to all beings. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti Om. In the midst of my deepest troubles, I am peace. In the midst of that which comes to me via the news and media, I am tranquil in the heart of my being. In those natural disasters and harmful events that cause suffering in others, I remain still within. From this place of peace, in this state of divine love, I best serve myself and all humanity. I pray for peace for all beings. I pray for peace for Mother Gaia. I pray for peace within me. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti Om. I am peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I am divine tranquility. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om. Stay here. Continue to chant this mantra aloud or in your mind. Bathe in that sense of peace. Allow it to vibrate out from your core of your being with every breath. Spreading in a wave of love and tranquil light. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.